Good morning, everyone. It is bright, early, and cold. Not really on the bright, but either way, we're heading off to clinic right now. This morning, we have some cancellations that I know of right now, but at least our 7 a.m. is on. My clinical instructor wants to meet about our weekly planning form, so I'm going there a little early right now. I think it's just past 6:30 at the moment, but it should be another exciting week. Later in the week, I'm going to have the opportunity to see a therapist that works with primarily long COVID patients and really get to kind of see what the continuum of care looks like for them, or at least an afternoon, which will be some good exposure. So I'm really excited for that, but I'm just going to head over to clinic right now and have a good day. Well, today ended up being a pretty good day overall. I had my first eval where I really got thrown for a loop, where I came in really thinking we might focus on one thing and it actually ended up being focused on another. So it was a good opportunity to really kind of think on my feet and be prepared for whatever comes at me. But tonight I'm heading off to work, where I'm going to work on a little bit more of my research and prepare for my next evaluation that I'll be doing tomorrow. So there's still lots to do, but I'm just going to grab some food right now. Today at clinic ended up being a little bit of a quieter day just because of having a few cancellations and no-shows, but still I had some opportunities to work on lots of my classwork and had good interactions in the ones that I was able to do today, especially with those return patients that I'm getting used to and getting in the groove with, so it has been very enjoyable. But also after clinic, I had the opportunity to hang out with some of my classmates again, catch up, and I made some banana bread for everyone who had came, so it was just a good way to end off the night. But tomorrow morning I actually have a little bit of a later start because there's a staff meeting in the morning that I don't need to go to, and then I'm also going to be going into the long COVID clinic for the second half of the day. So since I'm staying a little bit later than I normally would on the day, I'll be going in just a little bit later at 9:30. So I get a little bit of a chance to sleep in, so I'm going to make sure to take advantage of that and get ready for bed now. Today ended up being a pretty busy day at clinic where I had another evaluation and did a good chunk of the patients that I had today. The evaluation could have gone a little bit better. It was just actually kind of surprising how simple it was, and just trying to think of goals that were good and obtainable for this patient overall. But then in the afternoon, I had the opportunity to observe the long COVID clinic, and really, even though we didn't see that many patients, got a look into exactly what treating long COVID looks like for physical therapists. And at least from what I could tell, it was really just a lot of patient education, lots of advocacy, trying to look at modifying their lifestyle and really pushing them to progressively return back to function, especially when they have brain fog or they're really fatigued because of the effects of long COVID. That really just kind of guiding them through that process, and then just month to month or even bi-weekly meeting and kind of reassessing using some outcome measures such as the 2-minute step test was one that seems to be frequently used within this population, just to get an idea of how well they are functioning with their fatigability, compared to what they were a month ago or 2 months ago. So it was really interesting to see that and just kind of explore a new area of physical therapy that I really didn't know that much about. So now for the rest of tonight, there is a running SIG meeting where we're going to kind of learn about shoe fitting and what physical therapists can do in that kind of realm. And then I'm just going to finalize my preparations for tomorrow's patients just so that I'm all ready to go. Well, that brings us to the end of our third week of our clinical experience. Overall, it ended on a pretty good note. I had an examination in the morning where there was a little bit of a language barrier and we had an interpreter, but in the end, I was able to help educate my patient along with the help of my clinical instructor and really have an impact on them overall, and you could see that the rapport was built between us, so I was very happy with the impact I had with them. Then in the afternoon, my clinical instructor ended up having something personal to take care of, so I went to another clinician within the clinic who I've been with a decent amount, so it almost feels like they're just another one of my clinical instructors. But I had the opportunity to see kind of what neurological physical therapy does and how it works, got to see an entire evaluation and really put on my neuro thinking cap and think through the reasoning for what I was potentially seeing and why we were doing certain tests and what we might do next time considering their presentation. So overall, it was just a really great way to end off the week. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below. If you want to continue on watching my clinical experiences as I go into my fourth week, we're getting close to halfway there, then make sure to check out the video next week. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been KB DPT, and I'll see you all in the next video.